Where do you go to find safety data sheets? That is a great question, and we're going to talk about it today. Hi there, I'm Angela Brown, and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask a house cleaning question, and I get to help you find an answer. We got a call from somebody who wants to know this.
I need the MSDS form for this product.
Alrighty, where do you go to find an MSDS? Let's back up a little bit. MSDS stands for Material Safety Data Sheet, and back in June 1 of 2015, the entire world changed from material safety data sheets just to safety data sheets. And there's what's called the globally harmonized system, which is a system that is trying to generalize the way that chemicals are reported worldwide. There's a 16-step process, which is now called a safety data sheet, and it is required by law for all the different manufacturers that manufacture everything from deodorant to soap to shampoo to cleaning chemicals. If there's a chemical in it, there's a material safety data sheet, which is now called the safety data sheet for that product. All right, so where do you go to find it? Because there's one for every single product. There are a couple different places you can go. There are actually directories that sell nothing but safety data sheets. And that's probably overkill for the average consumer. But as a cleaning business, you are required by law to have all the safety data sheets on site for all of the chemicals that your company uses. And so you want to have a binder in your office where your employees can come in and they can look up the safety data sheets so that they know what's inside the chemicals and what happens, all the 16 different points that are on there. It covers everything from, is this an environmental hazard? Is it safe? Is it biodegradable? What happens if it spills? How do you clean it up properly? What happens if you get it in your eyes or if you inhale it? It covers all those different things. Is this reactive to fire? Is it get combustible? Is it going to cause a fire? Is this something that if you breathe the fumes, it's going to make you sick? It covers all that stuff. Okay, so it's super important that you understand what's inside the chemicals that you're using. Now, if you're just an average consumer or if you're a house cleaner and you're looking up a new product that you want to try, you can go to Google and you can type in the cleaning name, whatever it is, and then colon, and then SDS. And that should pull up the most recent. And if not, you can type in the word 2019 or 2020, whatever the year is, after the SDS. That should pull up the most current version of the safety data sheet. Now, on every safety data sheet by law, there has to be the chemical manufacturer's contact information. Now, some companies actually outsource it to a chemical manufacturing plant that does nothing but answer questions for that product. So it might be the chemical manufacturer, it might be a company that they've outsourced it to, but there will be a phone number on there with information that you can call and get all of your questions answered. So where do you go? You go to Google, or lots of websites are actually taking a proactive approach. And I love this, it's super exciting. But you go to a company that will have a whole line of products, and they have a whole section on their websites with all of the current safety data sheets. And so right there, you can just click on the safety data sheet, click on the product. And what's really cool is if there are a variety of the same product, like if one has a lavender scent and one has an almond scent, there will be separate safety data sheets that specify the different chemicals that are in those different scents. So even down to the scent of a perfumed version of a cleaning chemical, there will be a special safety data sheet just for that. So make sure you have the correct one. And if you're not sure, on the back of every single chemical, there will be a label with a phone number. Okay, it's required by law. There will be a phone number that goes back to the company that created it, the chemical manufacturer, or that company that I told you about that they outsource that to. And you can call them and say, hey, I'm looking for your current safety data sheet. Where do I find that information? And that person can direct you, whether it's email or it's a website or it's a link or something, they can direct you to that safety data sheet. But my suggestion would be become very familiar with the safety data sheets, because we live in an era right now where lots of people have allergies. And as you go into their homes, they don't want cleaning chemicals and they don't want things that are going to make their eyes turn red or that make their nose so that they can't breathe. And we have lots of other things in the air like dust and pet hair and other things that trigger allergies. So you don't want to compound that by using chemicals that are too strong for the senses. And there are products that are really great products that are designed for heavy duty use. So if you go in and it's a deep clean, it's a one-time clean, and there's a bunch of stuff that's been left there forever, it will cut right through it and it does an amazing job. Then you go back to your normal, natural, everyday green products. But sometimes you have to use that stuff. And if you do, you want to make sure that you are aware if you need a safety mask or you need safety goggles, if you need to be wearing your protective gloves, all of that stuff. And that's all on the safety data sheets. So where do you go to find them? You go to Google and you type in the chemical name, SDS, you go to the company manufacturer on their website and you look up the safety data sheet section, or you can call the number on the back label of the product and ask them if they will send you a copy of the current safety data sheet. That's where you go. All right, I hope you are having fun with the safety data sheets. I hope you become more familiar with them and that you actually use them. They are intended to educate us. All right, if you found this helpful, please pass it on to a friend. If we've earned your subscription, please subscribe. And until we meet again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.